Hi everyone, welcome back to Go Together Go Far. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 super easy DIY RV upgrades that you can do to make your travel trailer experience way safer, way better. Let's go ahead and get started. All right guys, welcome back. So as I mentioned in the intro, I have 3 RV upgrades for you that are gonna make your experience much safer and much more enjoyable the next time you're out. I'm getting ready to take this thing up to Mackinac in Michigan in a week. So I came out here to do a couple things to make sure that we're gonna be a little safer on the way up there. I'm very excited about this trip, and so I'm kind of prepping for it. So I'm gonna get started on and showing you what those are in a second. First of all though, I want you to subscribe if you haven't done so. That helps me out a lot. I really appreciate that. And if you get a second, go check out gotogethergofar.com. That's my blog and website. I got all kinds of content on there. I got other videos and articles and stuff like that that may be useful to you. So check that out, gotogethergofar.com. With that said, let's go ahead and get started on that first upgrade. Okay guys, so the first upgrade I want to talk to you about is about replacing the battery that came with your trailer. So if you're anything like me, you know, this thing's 5 years old. It's the battery that the dealer put on, or whoever owned the trailer ahead of time, you know, put on. And you probably have something, you know, awfully similar to this. This is a typical marine deep cycle battery. It's a lead acid battery. They work okay. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with them. That's why they're used all over the place. But I wanted to upgrade this thing, so I've been researching it for a while. This thing is starting to die on me. If I have to, you know, when I'm here, you know, frankly, filming videos, putting things on hitches and taking them off, I can hear that battery kind of just draining quicker than it should be. So I knew I needed to upgrade, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I researched it a little bit, and I wanted to go with a lithium battery, right? You know, the newer technology. But from my research, what I found out is that a regular lithium-ion battery, like what's in your cell phone, not a great idea for a camper. Those things have a tendency to catch on fire. You've seen videos and stuff where people's phones catch on fire. So they have something that's a little bit different. It's a lithium iron phosphate battery. And that's what this one is. Let's see. So this one here is a lithium iron phosphate battery. This one in particular is from Unowix. They sent this to me for free, which was awesome. Thank you, Unowix. These are substantially better than a regular lithium-ion battery or the older lead acid battery technologies. So a couple things. These last 4 to 5 times longer, right? So I'm gonna get years and years out of this thing. I'm keeping this trailer for years and years, so I want this battery to last years and years. It works. You don't have to have it as charged as much to get the same amount of, you know, juice out of it, which is fantastic. And again, back to the point of the video, is the safety of these things. These things don't catch fire. They don't swell up and explode like the other batteries. It's a particularly different kind of lithium iron battery, phosphate battery, than what you typically have in your cell phones. Additionally, Unowix in particular has a 10-year warranty on these batteries. So this thing's gonna be around forever. And I don't know if you could tell it, it's hard to tell in the video, these are much lighter than these lead acid batteries. I think by size, they're a quarter of the weight. So this one actually is a little bit bigger than that one. So it's, it's not quite as light as it could be, but it does save me a few pounds having this battery on here. As far as putting this one on, this is a 15-minute job. Honestly, if I wasn't filming this thing, I'd be in and out of here in 10 minutes. You unscrew the red and the black side from your acid battery, you screw it in on this one, and you're good to go. So, but I've removed actually my propane tanks here to kind of show you how I'm actually going to hook this on. Hopefully, if that's what you need to do, you'll get a better shot of it. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up and show you how it works. All right, guys, so I'm about to hook this up. All I've done basically is I've taken off the marine battery here. I've unhooked, you know, my red and my black from what was the red and the black here. And then I'm just moving this battery off to the side, and it is heavy. And then I did put on this box, which I actually I bought this from Amazon. So I'll have the links for all this stuff down below. So if you're looking for the specific stuff that I have, check those links. And then we will put this battery in. And open open these little caps up. Tighten this down. This side. Ooh, little spark. I'll tighten this down. There you go, guys. It's that simple. With this one, with this case, it came with a little kind of a bracer here. Make sure things aren't sliding around. And then this goes on, cover. There you go. So that is the new, safer lithium iron phosphate battery. Highly recommend it. It's much lighter. This is definitely the way you want to go. Let's go talk about a second piece of safety equipment that I think you need. Okay guys, so piece of equipment number 2 is kind of a two-parter, and it's something you probably have some of this on your camper or RV already. So the no-brainer piece of this is a fire extinguisher, right? Everyone has one. They all come with one right by the front door or something along those lines. I'm gonna recommend that you upgrade that, right? It's super simple. So check this out. I've gone with these. I've replaced the one that's here by my front door with these that are new. They're not 5 years old. You know, these are pressure tested. They are ready to go. Specifically for like marine and RV. They also mount better than that. You know, mine came with kind of a junky plastic one. So I was always knocking it off and breaking it. So that's kind of part one of this one. And the second thing is a fire blanket. So what's interesting here is I picked up a bunch of these from Amazon. And these I think are really, really useful. So I hang these typically by the fire extinguisher. You know, you may have a small little fire or a little brush fire, or your campfire is getting away from you, and you don't want to go chasing after this thing with your fire extinguisher, right? A fire blanket may be a good option. So what this has in here is basically you pull it open, and it's a big old, I think this is fiberglass, that you can just throw on top of a fire to help push it out and stamp it out. So they're really easy to access. Obviously I just hung one here and I used a big command strip to hang it here, and they're ready to pull. Now I put one here, and if you follow me follow all the way down, I also have one back here, right? So back here we do all of our cooking and stuff back here in the galley. So I've got another fire blanket here, and I've got another fire extinguisher here. Now I won't bother walking inside to see it, but inside by the electrical box in the bunkhouse where the kids sleep, I've got the same thing. Now I didn't give them a fire blanket. I gave them, there's a fire extinguisher back there, and there is another fire blanket over by the stove in here. So that way, in the event that we have a fire anywhere in here, all of a sudden the kids can know how they, you know, they're 8 years old now, they know how to use these, so they can, you know, hopefully get out if something like that were to occur. Side note, now that my kids are 8, I've also shown them how to use the emergency exits out of the RVs with the little, you know, latch that gets out. Take some time to do that just in case. You never know. These things are basically giant tinder boxes, so having some good fire protection and you know, practicing fire safety in here is a good idea. So let's talk about our third piece of equipment, and I'm going to show you that around the backside of the trailer. Okay guys, so here's the third piece of equipment that I'm going to really recommend to you. So it's a little different. It's not a fire extinguisher or something like that. It is this extra gate valve that you can put on the very tip of your dump. So no matter how hard you try, every time you dump, and close off with any, close off all your gate valves, you always end up with a little bit of liquid back in this thing, right? And the next time you take that cap off, you know, it could be a few drops, could be a little more, depending on how things are going for you that day. What this does is it puts another gate valve on top of that to make sure that when you take that cap off, it's not leaking out on you. And that gives you the opportunity to connect that hose appropriately, so you're not getting that material all over you, all over the campground, and all that kind of stuff. That's the last thing you need, is to get sick that way. So, doesn't take any special equipment. It clips right on just like your hose does. Like I said, I just picked this up off Amazon. I'll have the links for that down below. Typically what you do is you take the cap off, put your hose on there, you pull this gate valve, pull your black tank, let that flush, right? Close that, then do your grays. And it works really, really well. I've been using it for a while now. It's made the experience a little bit, I don't want to call it enjoyable, but it's, you know, more better, I guess. And so it's definitely helpful. So go ahead and pick that up. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate it if you do. I really enjoy doing this for fun, and hopefully you guys get some value out of it. If you haven't been to GoTogetherGoFar.com yet, I'd appreciate if you check that out. I'll put links to all that stuff down below. And if you have some extra time, check out some of my other videos. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. See ya. And it's good to go. So I keep mine kind of pointed up typically. And, oh, that stinks.